Hello, my crafty friends. Today, my daughter and I are going to make paper. And we're going to start with paper to begin with and turn it back into pulp and um, then make paper again out of it. There are probably ways you can do it without using paper that's already been, you know, been made, but this is the easiest way to do it. And we're just tearing the paper, and this is a pretty good weight paper. I'm not 100% sure. It's something we got at the thrift store, so I'm trying to see if there's a watermark or something that will.
The
I don't
box
see
says
anything.
resume paper.
Yeah, the box says it's resume paper, but I don't know if it's 100% cotton paper or not. Um, we've got some that is, but it was white, and we kind of wanted to do a more natural look. So we're just tearing the paper into like approximately 1-inch strips, and then we're gonna put heat water to boiling and put the paper in the boiling water, and then turn off the fire, and then let it just kind of steep there and soak up all the water, so it'll be easier to blend into pulp later. So that'll take probably a couple of hours to do that, and then we're gonna take some of this cotton. This is cotton that we went out to a friend's farm, and um, we picked the cotton ourselves last, I guess it was about a year and a half ago. I don't know.
Yeah,
It was in this,
November.
yeah, November of 2016. I know that because that was before I was feeling better, and it was very hard on me to go pick that cotton. So, anyway, we'll show you taking the cotton seeds out of the cotton and just having the fibers to put in the pulp too in a minute. You probably could do paper just with this, but it would you would have to do so much of it. This way we can get some of the fibrous natural look of the real cotton or the fresh cotton, and have the paper faster by starting out with some paper that's already been processed, and repurposing it into its same thing again. Anyway, recycle, and yeah. While we're not going to make you. That's true. It hasn't been used. I don't know if it's still recycling when it's never been used, but anyway, we're not going to make you watch us tear all this paper. We probably got about 40 sheets of paper, maybe more. I don't know. I didn't count it. We just started tearing it. So I'm going to pause the video for a little bit and let us finish this, and we'll come back in a few minutes and do the cotton. Okay, we got the paper all torn up, and it's in the pot, soaking in the water. Now we're delinting the cotton, taking the seeds out. Here's some seeds that Hannah's already got out. I thought, just in case some of you haven't ever seen cotton in its natural state, this is right off the plant. This is what it looks like. And when we were out in the field, when we got this out in the field, we just did this. We just grabbed it like that and just pulled it right off the plant. And so now what we're doing is taking these sections. Each section has several seeds in it. Let's see how many's in this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 seeds in 1/4 of a cotton bowl. So they can reproduce themselves really well, except that nowadays most cotton is genetically engineered not to reproduce itself. So the seeds would not produce more cotton. They use them as feed because there's a lot of oil in cotton seeds, They make oils out of the seeds that that people, you know, oils people use in their food. Um, One of the things when we went to visit the cotton gin a couple of years ago, one of the things they said was that they make um, they make a lot of their money selling the seeds for the oil. I think they make more money that way than they do selling the cotton. In fact, the farmers sometimes pay the gin in the cotton seeds, and so they don't have to pay them as much because the gin keeps the cotton seeds and sells them. So anyway, we're just taking the little fibers off the seeds. Oh, excuse me. And we do this to spin. Sometime I'll show you using a hand spindle how to spin the cotton off of the seed. Oh, right now, Hannah says. Okay, well, I haven't done it in so long, but I'll try it here for just a second. It's been a long time since it takes a long time to spin it this way, but it's a lot of fun. It's my favorite way to actually spin the cotton. This is a spindle that I've spun cotton off the seed. And here's, you know, some cotton, and there's the seed. Let me go ahead and take the seed out of this because I'm going to have to add it to another piece. And when you spin with a hand spindle, you spin by turning the spindle and then drafting out your fibers. And turn the spindle and draft out your fibers. I don't know how much of this y'all can actually see. Probably none of it, actually.
Very little.
Very little. But there's the cotton. Then I'm just letting the spin go up into the fibers. So you can see it making it into a string or yarn. Anyway, that's why we got this cotton, was to make our own cotton yarn. But well, let me roll it around the cop a little bit here. That's gonna be a long something to have wrapped around there. Okay, there's a tiny little spinning lesson. If you're interested in more of how to spin on a spindle, then let me know in the comments, and I'll do some more videos about that. But anyway, that's why we got the cotton, was so we could spin yarn out of it. And it was just fun to go pick it. But to use this, you know, this is, I guess, what cotton paper is made out of. I'm sure they use, you know, ginned cotton, not hand plucked cotton, because doing it the way Hannah and I are doing it, that would cost a fortune to make any paper.
Slave labor.
It would be. It would be. That, yeah, you couldn't afford to do it this way. We don't want to get into that issue, but you can see back before they had the cotton gin, what how much work it was to mess with cotton. This cotton is so soft. It's beautiful, soft, fluffy cotton. I was going to show you if I can get it to focus enough up close on how fluffy it is. I don't know if you can see how fluffy that is. It just feels so nice. It feels like silk almost. Not all cotton feels this good. I've got some sample cotton bolls from this same lady from other fields. She's done a lot of test fields with different kinds of cotton seeds, and even the same kind of seed, year to year, depending on the water and when you get the water and how much, you know, how much sunshine you have and all that kind of stuff changes the quality of the cotton. And when it rains, the timing of the rains makes a big difference to the quality of the cotton. But you can see that the fibers themselves are really very short. And this is a decent length cotton fiber. This is easier to spin than some, but there are some cotton fibers that are a little bit longer than this, but not much. It's pretty much a short staple fiber, which means it needs a lot more twist when you're spinning than wool does. Even a very fine merino wool, which is a pretty short staple, is a lot longer than this is. Gotta de-junk it here. Are you de-junking, Hannah?
Oh no, I thought I'd give it character.
Oh, well, that's true. That's true.
And like that's the kind of stuff I have in it. So I'm like,
Okay, I'm not worried about it. It's no big deal. Oh, I just love touching it. It feels so nice. Think cotton ball, but much softer. This is much softer than any cotton ball you've ever touched. Don't you think, Hannah?
oh, you don't use cotton balls?
Not very often.
But yes, it is. That's all matted.
Yeah. This is fluffy, like feathers. The downy feathers, little downy feathers is kind of what it feels like. Okay, well, you don't need to sit here and watch us take fibers off of cotton. So I'm going to pause the video and we'll come back when we're ready to go to the next step. Yeah, it likes to stick to your fingers, doesn't it? I'm back for a second. I was reading in the book, and one of the things it said was that the better your paper was, the longer it needed to soak. And I've got this paper that's really, it's really thin paper. It's like nothing special. I'm not even sure what it is. It was something the lady at that garage sale it was part of that junky paper that she just told me to please take home with me and didn't even make me pay for it. And so I decided I'm going to tear some of this up and soak it, and we'll use it while we're waiting on that other stuff to soak. Also, Hannah decided that she wants to do a page that's just the cotton. And so we're going to go ahead and try that first too. Since the fibers are already pretty separated, I think we won't have to soak it. We can just put it in the blender with the water and go for it. But
Maybe you blend it?
yeah, so it makes a pulp.
Oh.
Because if you just do it like this, it won't be smooth in the water. It'll be clumpy. And if you turn it into a pulp, then it's a lot smoother in the water. And so that's why you blend it, even though it's already just fibers.
It's a good thing we never use this. We might kill it doing this.
Well, yeah. I don't think this will be any harder on it than ice. I mean, we've made smoothies and stuff with ice. So.
No, but it might get twisted.
Oh, I think it'll be fine. But the only thing I use it for anymore is like to blend up tomatoes or something when I'm making hot sauce or something. So I'm not worried about it. I don't make that kind of stuff very often anymore.
It's a pretty old blender though.
It is. I think it's a Waring blender, custom solid state 70, whatever that is. I don't know how old it is. I've had it for 25 years and I got it at a garage sale, so there's no telling. Okay, I'm not going to make you sit there and listen to us chatter while we take apart cotton and tear up paper. I just wanted to let you know that we're adding in some cheaper paper too to see what we can do. Okay, we're back and we're going to get started. The first thing I want to talk about a little bit is the way we've got things set up. We've got two different methods here because at two different times I found things at garage sales for making paper. The first one I found was this, And this is a mold. It's like you tape your screen and stuff down to this, and then you put this one in the water, and you just let it sit there, and then you pour your pulp directly into this. The one that Hannah's going to be using is not attached. It comes apart. So when you do that, you have to manipulate it after you've poured the pulp in here. So you have to do enough, like 5 or 6 times as much pulp in order to do 2 or 3 sheets of paper using this one. Whereas mine, each sheet of paper, you blend up stuff once. So you're doing each one separately here and there. You're blending up enough stuff to do more than one, so that you can dip them down in the water and pull it up. Anyway, we're going to do both kinds, and we're going to show you how to do both ways. But before we do that, one thing for the way Hannah's doing it, we're using an old felted wool blanket that I cut up. This was my grandmother's blanket, and I cut this up probably 10 years ago, when the first time I thought about making papers. When the kids were little, I wanted to do this, and just never did get to where I had enough time. And I'm glad I didn't now, because this is pretty complicated. So I would have had to do it all then, and now Hannah can actually do it with me. But that's what she's going to use to couch her pieces of paper that she makes. This little kit that I got comes with these, they call them couching sheets, and they're just a really dense, thick paper. And this is what I'm going to use, and she's going to use the wool. Also, this little kit came with these flowers, petals. They call them angel wings. It says angel wings are botanical or abotanical from Asia for paper making. Add 1 or 2 petals to pulp in the blender for the last 10 seconds of blending. This gives a long fibered look to the paper. Angel wings can also be floated whole in the pulp or hand torn into smaller pieces for different effects. Angel wings will not lose their coloring during paper making or when dried by heat. So it says you remove the seeds before you use these. I didn't realize till I read that there were seeds in there, so I guess it was a good thing that I read it, huh? Also, I found these, and these were at that same little garage sale where I got the deal. But these are just things you can add in to make pretty stuff in your papers. So we're going to try some of those too. And then this is some sari silk, and this is very, very light fibers. You can see it's very airy, and they're very fine. And we're going to do some of those too. The other thing I bought is this cotton linter for making paper. It says it's short fiber cotton pulp which has been cooked, bleached, and beaten into compressed sheets. Combined with your own recycled paper, handmade papers will be softer, bulkier, and stronger. We're not actually going to use this today. If we do some more, we might do it, but we just had enough stuff to try without that today. So I'm going to put all these things aside. Also, you need a sponge so you can sponge off the water once you pull it out. And then this is to press on these. This all came in this little paper making kit. Let me show you the box. In case you're in the mood and you want to try something like this. Arnold Grummer's Paper Mill Complete Paper Making Kit. Now this, I got it at a garage sale, so there may be some stuff that was originally in here that's not now. I don't know. I'm trying to see what it says. If it says what's in here. It doesn't have a list of, oh, here it is. It includes the guidebook, a direction sheet, a hand mold with hook and loop closures, in other words, Velcro, detachable drain rack, professional papermaking screen, 20 professional couching sheets that are reusable, a cover spring, a cover screen, a press bar, a sponge, envelope pattern, and storage bag for the screen and couching sheets. So yeah, it was all in there. There's a picture of what's in it. So, okay, the first thing we're going to do is make a bunch of cotton pulp to pour into Hannah's deal because she has to have 5 blenders full before she can start making paper. So we're going to start with hers. And it says to put 4 cups of water. And then enough fibers for 1 sheet of paper. We have no idea how much that is. So where did we put the box? Oh, here it is. That was going to be embarrassing. So we don't know how much. I'm going to say this much. I don't know. We're going to put that in there.
You want to squeeze it? Would that
No,
get the air out of it faster?
I think it'll be fine. I was just trying to get it to kind of go, well, let's take it apart and put it, maybe put it in a little bit at a time or something. I don't know. Okay, let's just blend it and see what happens. Okay, leave it alone. Let's just blend it up and see what happens. Okay, now this is going to make a lot of noise. I know that when I use my heat gun, it gets blocked out by YouTube. So we'll see if that happens here. Oh my goodness. That's not working.
Too much water.
Yeah, it just turned. Oh my goodness, look at this. Okay, that's not a good plan.
We need another way to grind it. Want me to go find some bricks?
No, I think what we're going to do is separate it into fluff and float it on top of the paper.
Yeah.
And include it that way rather than trying to make it do this. Let me get that from around the...
So we just used your cheap pulp paper?
I think for the first one we will, because it's already out here.
I think maybe they thought we had a bigger blender.
Well, no, I think they didn't expect it to
be cotton.
To bind up the... Yeah, they were expecting you to use paper, not to bind up the what do you call those things?
Spinner?
The blades with... Well, here you go. You get to see us in all our mistakey glory here. But you're used to me making mistakes, so... Okay. We'll bring this over here. And I'm just going to pick up a bunch of it and throw it in there. Okay, now let's try it again. We're going to start with, let's start with great. Maybe it won't be quite as... This is not working. Okay, we're not going to use 4 cups of water. That's just not working at all. Here, let's just pour. Okay. Maybe that's why mine says use, or maybe it's not expecting it to be such a powerful blender. I don't know. Okay, let's try again here. Where is off? I don't know. My blender switch just broke.
That time it almost went like it was supposed to.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna pour that in.
And do that 4 more times. Hopefully with a little more grace.
And a little less water. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Now here you are. Real life in our eclectic studio. Okay.
Which one do you want?
Go ahead. Yeah, let's go ahead and use that up.
Sorry.
That's all right.
You had on great.
Well, it doesn't matter. It's not. There we go. No, it did work this time.
Good.
Okay.
Do you want me to put the water in?
Yeah. Okay. Whoa. That's all right. You did fine. Okay, let's see what we're using there. Let's use mix. Okay. I have a feeling that our blender is finally going to die after all these years. And right when we're needing it, it's being difficult to use.
These still go out in spectacular fashion.
Yeah, we need to go to the thrift store and buy a new one.
Do you want me to put the water in first?
No, I'm just going to pour from here, actually. No, I won't, because that'll be too hard.
So this is cup number 4?
Um,
You're going to need to shred more paper.
well, we're just going to use...
Well, actually, we can put some of the cotton in there for number 5. If we float it, on top.
Yeah. A little more. Okay.
And again, you don't need as much pulp at first anyway.
No. Our pulp is going to be pretty thick pieces. It's not going to be tiny fine pulp. So this will definitely look like handmade paper. Okay, stir it around and let's see if that'll...
It's a pretty thick layer, I think.
Okay.
Want to try filling some of the cotton?
I don't know if you've got enough water in there yet. But why don't you... Sorry.
Gosh, that water got dirty.
Yep.
Do you want me to start putting the cotton in mine?
Not yet.
Do I use this?
Okay, go ahead and pour some water in it now. Okay.
It's messier than I thought it would be.
I don't know why. Okay. We're going to make sure we have plenty to do 2 or 3 pieces of paper for you. So, okay. You need your hands to be really dry here.
Got it. I will find my towel.
I'll dip your screen under there think that's the way we're going to have to do, or you can,
That's not how to do it.
well, I know, but somebody's going to have to hold the screen while you drop the fibers of the cotton on top. Or you can hold the screen and I'll drop fibers on top.
I figured you could put the screen down under there and then do the fibers on top if you wanted. I thought you were just going to put the cotton on top before you flowed it underneath.
You can do that and see if it'll work. I just don't know how much, when you're dipping that underneath, it'll mess things up.
Oh, no.
But we won't know till we try. So.
The cotton's already pretty fine. You know?
Yeah. But it needs to be really
separated. Then I should probably stir it a bit.
move this out of the way. Oh, where did that blanket towel go? You want to really kind of make them as light and fluffy as you can, so they won't make big clumps. At least that's my way of thinking.
Think we should try dipping it now? So if this doesn't work, we don't waste our cotton.
Yeah. Okay. Now she's going to hold that contraption together and then take it in as straightly down as she can. What?
I don't have enough water.
Okay. Well, pour more water and then we'll have to stir it up. So just pour it all in there. Okay. I wish we had figured that out before we put the cotton in.
Oh well.
It'll be all right.
It's art paper. Mom.
It's art paper, that's right. Okay. Now kind of swish it back and forth. Now you need to hold it together, babe. Okay, now pull it straight up if you can. Okay, take it back down a little bit more. Take it down a little bit.
Okay.
You want to try to make it, even. Okay. Now you need to hold it flat like she's doing for about 8 or 10 seconds, and then you turn it at about a 45-degree angle to let more of the water run out. Let's tilt it a little bit. Okay. Here, I'll worry about this. You go ahead and you put this other screen on top of it so that you can sop up the extra water and just squeeze your sponge out in here. Is it okay if I help you just to make it go faster?
Yeah. You need to do it at least 3 times over the whole surface of the page.
If you push down and then let it pull up back in the same place, it'll soak up more water. That's
Ready to couch it?
pretty soon. It says do it until you can't bring up any more water, but it makes you feel like it's never going to happen.
Yeah. Like sweeping dirt off a sidewalk.
Yeah, with the wind blowing.
Yeah, it's just.
Okay, let's call that good.
Okay.
Now then, she's good. Let's second. Let me move this up here so people can see what you're doing there. Okay, just flip it over and lay it down. And then what happened?
I didn't center it on one side, so I could.
That's okay. We'll do that next time. Don't fret about it. Okay.
I think you're supposed to do this over the couching cloth.
Well, you're supposed to do it
Many times.
many times. Yeah. The next thing they say to do is to iron it. Put another couching cloth on top and pull it up very slowly.
I know.
I'm sorry. Looky there, looky there. Okay, we have to bring this up here. Here's her paper. Looking pretty.
Okay, now we can move it back down there.
Okay.
And get the next cloth.
Yeah. Just put it right on top of it. And then press. Yeah, like that. Okay.
And we go again. Do you want me to go and get the pulp from the house? As we are out. Or do
Yeah.
you want me to go refill your bowl? Actually, I'll refill this. We're probably going to need more water anyway. Right?
Yeah, go ahead and bring that pan from the house if it's cooled down enough.
Okay.
I think it should be cooled down enough, but it's funny. We thought we had way enough to make a whole bunch of paper, and not as much as you would think. Or the paper you're making is supposed to be a lot thinner than what we're making, one or the other. Oh. Well, it's fun anyway, even if we don't know what we're doing. Okay.
When it's cooled down enough.
Is it cold or hot or just warm?
Warmish. It's warmish.
Warmish is fine.
It's retaining heat. You can feel it, but it's like I can touch it. I could stick my hand down in there. I think
Okay.
I didn't try.
Why don't you go ahead and go get it?
Okay.
And then
Where do you want me to have it? Do we have a trivet or?
well, I think what I want you to do is take this. Let me try that off. Inside, because I want to show them what it's like when it's ironed. And so bring the pan out. Here, help me with this. bring the pan out and set it right here. And then you can iron that while I'm messing with mine.
I don't iron.
You turn the iron on. You don't want steam on. So turn the steam off and then put it on wool if there's a wool setting. And just iron it until it stops steaming. It will steam because the paper's wet. When it stops steaming, then you know it's dried it.
Stand it up and do not keep it in one place.
That's
Do
true.
not keep it in one place.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
Okay, you're going to do fine.
Okay.
If you have any trouble, ask your brother. He's at least done a little bit. Okay, I'm going to pause for a second until we're ready to do the second batch. Okay, I forgot that I paused. And so I had not turned it back on. And I went ahead and did a sheet. And this is what it looks like. I haven't ironed it yet. But I thought I would just go ahead and do another one. And so you can see, since I excluded you from that one. Now where do I put this one so I can just set it right there. I'll show you how I put this together. First of all, you don't need this yet. So you set it aside. And then for this one, oh, there's some paper bits. You put the screen on top. And this is a lot easier to use. Hannah wanted bigger paper, so I let her use that one because I didn't care if my paper was small. But I think that this one would be a lot easier and more fun to use. So if I was recommending, I would recommend you get this contraption right here. It's a lot easier. Anyway, we'll put the water in it, and then we're gonna put some paper in here. And pour a little bit of water in here. And the last one I did on puree, and it really did work better. So that's what we're going to do this time. And it said if you're going to add inclusions to, don't add those until like the last 10 seconds of your blending. So I think I'm going to throw in a few of these just for fun. Let's see. And maybe we won't blend them up too much. I'm going to do, oh, I forgot, I don't want the seeds, so oh, okay. These really are very fibrous. Don't want to waste any of it. Okay. Let's do a little bit more purple. I don't think I'm going to go ahead and put the seeds in there. It says it'll make a little brown specks, but I don't think I care about that. I think it'll be fine. So we're just going to see. We're going to see what it does. Okay, here we go. Hey,
Please have some almonds.
yeah, I did one sheet, but I had forgot to turn the camera back on, so I'm doing another one. Okay, I should have asked for how our ironing was going, but I didn't. I think I'm put a little bit too much for my size sheet of paper. Of course, these will be thick, and I guess that's okay. I just realized that the kit didn't come with any sizing, but beside the place where I bought that, when I bought those cotton pieces in that bag, they had sizing with it that says it's supposed to help it bind to your paper. So I don't know how well these papers are going to hold up, because I didn't think to put any of that sizing in here. This is looking pretty though. I don't know if you can see the colors in it. Get some more water out of it. Isn't that pretty? I think it's going to be pretty paper. I think I'm learning less is more though. I didn't think I put very much of that stuff in there, but okay. All right, now we'll set this. Okay, you're going to have to see this, just if I can show you how thick this paper is right now. Can you see that? How thick that is? We'll see what it turns out like after we mash it down, but that's a lot of fiber. I could have probably done half that much and still made a nice sheet of paper. Oh, get that out of there. Okay, let's pour all that extra water out. Let's see if we can do some more here. Okay, we're not getting much more. Now I'm going to put my my couching paper down here, and then this is still very fat paper. I don't know if you can see. It's still pretty thick. So I'm going to definitely cut down how much fibers I use on the next one. Okay, that's. And then we'll put another one on top. How'd your ironing go?
I didn't burn anything.
Well, that's good. I think, Hannah, this is so much easier to use. If you don't mind having smaller papers, I think you'd have a lot more fun
This
doing
has been
this.
fine.
Okay.
It's just your couching cloth works too well.
Oh dear.
It will not dry.
Oh, okay. Let me see.
Sure. I think I could move it to double over the paper now, but
Yeah.
I'll
Put it
do
on.
that. If I have a place to set it, I'll just set it on the floor to do this.
Actually, I think if we put it on a piece of cotton, here's a. Let's try this. Here's an old pillowcase.
Okay. If I fold it up and that, it'll dry off.
And then iron it. Yeah.
Okay.
Try that and see what you think.
Okay.
And then I'll make you some more pulp and pour it into your thing while you're doing that.
Okay. I like the way I made it. I'm just having a hard time couching.
Okay. Well, one thing I noticed is my paper turned out very, very, very thick. Look at that.
Cool.
So I'm using too many fibers for what I'm doing, but so I need to cut down.
Mine's a fine length, fine thickness.
Yeah, yours turned out. It turned out better. I mean, these are pretty, but it is thick paper. It might need to make a card out of it or something instead of folding it into signatures. I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna oh, I was gonna show you. I don't know if I showed you after I compressed it. Did I show you what it looks like? I'm gonna make her a bunch more pulp and iron these two, and then while she's gonna iron hers, and then we'll come back and do some more. But I'm gonna pause it for a minute. So and this.
Bring those out in your bath.
We're back. Hannah's gonna do another one, and she's gonna float some flower petals. Let's wait till you get that under the water, and then I'll put some on top as you pull it up. I think that'll work better.
Okay. So I might get some inside the paper, mixed in.
Well, while it's still full of water, we'll put them in there.
That's really even.
Oops.
Just sprinkle a couple without trying to place them, because it's kind of hard to be random.
Yeah, the more random you try to be, the more perfect it is.
Won't crash. They won't crash.
Well, I'm just trying to separate them a little bit.
That's good.
Okay. Now pull it up.
It's got a lot of pulp right on this side. Whoa.
Okay.
It's getting out thick.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Where's your tray? It's in the house. I'll go get it.
I think with a couple more blender pulls, we'll be able to make that piece of paper, no problem.
Yeah, I bet you can make another one. Let's try just doing another one like this.
Okay.
And see. takes two of us to sop up these big pieces. And be sure to do the edges, just for compression's sake, if nothing else. Once you pick that up and pour it into the okay. We've discovered it's kind of hard to iron this paper enough to get it dry. So we ironed it quite a little bit, and now we're just letting it dry in there. We'll bring it out and show you when it does dry. Okay. Oh, honey, that's pretty. Yeah, look at that. See if we can. Aren't those pretty? I love that. I'm going to have to make one of those. Yep, for sure. Okay.
What happened to your trash can?
What, it's wobbly?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have no idea. It didn't used to be wobbly.
I know.
I don't know how something as sturdy as that old trash can could get wobbly, but
Maybe it's sitting on something.
well, I was gonna say it's a possibility there's something on the floor there. Oh, I almost did that backwards. That would not have worked.
You would have made little paper cubes.
Yeah, that would have been interesting, but not what I'm wanting.
Half and cheese.
Happy cheese. Yeah, they would be. Okay. That's pretty. Is it going to go all the way over it?
Nope.
But you can do the lift the other side. Or you can just take another piece. I think we're not doing it fast enough that we need to worry about that, whether or not we have.
Yeah, I'm only going to make one more before I probably have to take these in.
Yeah. What do you want to include in the next one?
I don't know. Some red.
While you're thinking, would you put some fiber in this for me? Here, just take it over there and add a little bit.
A handful?
That's too much, about half that much. I'm going to try to make one that's thinner this time. Yeah. Sticking to you? Yeah. Okay. Pour a little bit of water in it. I think I got too much pulp in here for the amount of water. That was acting funny. So I may just use half of it and then do another page on the other half, because that's
You want to pour the other half into mine?
Yep. Too much water is better than not enough. You think you need some more?
Yeah, it's really thin. I think that'll be good.
Okay, I'm going to add a little more water to this.
Okay, I'm just gonna try like that. Not add anything, 'cause I don't know how thick this is gonna be.
Yeah. So you don't want to put anything on top of it?
Oh, that works better. If you submerge it completely.
Yeah.
How about those purple things?
These or the little...
Those,
These?
right there near the green thing. By the blender. The rooster's head.
Oh, I forgot about those. Okay. I totally forgot we had these.
Oh yeah, and I have plenty of sludge.
Plenty of sludge, okay.
Is that what it's called?
I
Sludge.
know, that works for me. These are pretty thick. You want me to kind of mash them?
Yeah,
Or?
you can crush them.
Okay. Some of them didn't crush very much.
That'll be fine. I think that's good.
Okay.
Another thing of that making paper this way. You keep losing your flowers. I'll just have to put more on my next page.
Yep. Okay, so what do I want to do next? I think I want to do a couple of these petals, so I'm just going to pour it in. So let's let it in. Okay. Oh well.
Wow, that one's really thick.
Yep.
I'm gonna have to push on water out of it, so it'll probably seem significantly less thick when I've done that.
Okay. I thought I was just going to put one petal in there, and then I decided no.
Looks big enough for 4.
Or however many I put in it.
Yeah, 4 or 5, I can't tell. Some were in little pieces, so I don't know if they really
Yeah.
count as a whole one.
I think it looks pretty good, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's cute. That is much easier than what I'm doing. Or simpler.
Yeah, it is.
That,
If you decide you want any littler papers, you're welcome to use this. But I'm happy to make a little bitty journal out of it. I think that'll be nice.
Mm-hmm. Have you shown it to the camera?
Not yet. Well, sort of. I mean, I think they could see it, but I haven't put it up close. Okay. That's okay. Oops. Let's move these out of the way so we don't get them wet. And where's my screen? And my sponge.
Do you know where any of those rose petals are?
Oh, honey.
How do you think would happen if you put the tea in it?
I don't know. We've got plenty of that though.
We can try.
Yeah.
You can blend up some more pulp and put it in mine if you want, or yours.
Or both.
Yeah, we can do both. I probably don't need much more pulp, but a little more. So I'll sell it at
Just
the bottom,
enough
so
to
you
add
can't
some
really
tea.
Yeah.
Oh, these, look, they're dyeing my sponge.
Well, that's what looks on that side.
Oh, that's pretty.
It's very normal looking
Oh, shucks.
for homemade paper.
I love the edges though. That's
Yeah. But the tea will be fun. I think I'm gonna try straightening out some of those big flowers first. Before I
you don't want them with the tea.
I think they're just too big for paper.
Oh.
Oh, look.
Looks like a critter.
No, I meant it's dyeing the paper.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Well, I'm not surprised since it dyed the sponge. Okay, let's get a little couching sheet. Oops. I'm going to need another towel to... Oh, sorry, I forgot I need to turn it over on this.
Since the flowers float.
Yeah. Okay. I didn't get any of my flowers to go to the other side. You can just see the kind of shadow of them.
That's cool though.
Yeah. Okay, we need another couching sheet.
You tried Sorry Silk yet?
No, I haven't.
You can just set it over here. There's no paper right here. That's
Okay.
just the wool.
Thanks.
Paper's on this side.
I do want to try that, but it's definitely going to have to be added, just floated in and not not put in the blender.
Can you imagine?
We have learned our lesson about
Fiber
in the blender. At least I hope we have.
You like to think.
I like to think we have, yeah.
I'm gonna see how much I can pick up with this. If I don't have enough, that'll be.
Take it back under and do it again so you can. Oh, well, that wasn't a good idea, was it? I think that'll make a nice sheet of paper. It just won't be as thick as.
Yeah. Still crime in that. No.
Okay, let me get that. Here are my tea bags.
You can save them for some.
I have been. I didn't know it was this, but.
Need me to get you some paper?
No, it's all right. Oh, it smells good. Smell that. Won't that smell good in the paper? Wow, yum. Okay. This is the TZAO Passion Tea, in case any of you want to do this.
Towels.
I think it's pronounced Tao, but I'm not 100% sure. That's why I spell it.
Good plan.
Yeah. Okay. Do we want to blend this in it or float it?
Blend it. I think
Okay.
you'll spread paper to the pulp, color to the pulp.
Yeah, I think it will.
So I will get you some fiber.
Alrighty.
But I want some of that pulp because
Well,
I'm running low.
Okay, put the amount you tried to put in last time, and I'll just put more water.
And you'll give that to me? Or some to you?
Well, there's
Plenty of paper.
yeah. I'll just do one for you, and then I'll do one for me after that. Okay.
Did you can work today?
Yes.
What time is that?
It is 2:39.
Okay.
We have a little bit more.
I guess I could stay home and iron paper.
Yeah, you could do that. That may be too much. We'll see if it'll blend.
Did you put the tea in?
Oh, no, I didn't. Yeah, I put the tea in.
Oh, we'll see. It's pretty. We
Yeah.
should float it too. It would look pretty floated.
Yeah, you probably need some. Well, I don't know.
Well, think we choked it.
No, I think it just
Does that sometimes?
yeah.
That's pretty though.
There's a lot of fiber in that, so you can make probably 3 sheets of paper with that.
Yay!
So put me a little bit in here.
Paper? Just the
Yeah.
this enough?
Yes. Okay.
Well, this has been fun.
It has been fun. Oh, we didn't make near as much paper as we thought we were going to, but
Not yet.
doesn't mean we can't make some more tomorrow.
Don't forget the tea.
Yeah. All right. Let's see what we got here. I think I'm only going to put about half of it in now, and I'll do another one because, well, maybe not. Let's see.
Do you want those on top of the wall or are they okay in the middle of it? Well,
It
they're in the
doesn't-
middle of it.
Yeah, it's fine.
That's pretty. So far.
Yeah, it is pretty. Don't know if it's going to smell good or not, but it's pretty.
I'm happy for the buyer that it doesn't smell good.
Okay. That's what it looks like right now. I think it may not look as pretty on the camera. It looks like it's brown stuff, but you can tell it's red in here or burgundy. Looks good.
Me?
Uh-huh. Okay. Those Velcro things sling water everywhere. Okay. And screen. This is definitely not back friendly.
No, nothing about this process has been back friendly.
This was supposed to still be on top of this. It's just soaking the water right back up. Think, Lisa.
At least you caught it.
Yeah, that's true.
Is that wool at the end dry? Dry-ish?
No, but it'll still soak up a lot more water.
Okay.
So don't be afraid to use it.
Ooh, I like it. I've still got some flowers in mine from the last 2 sheets.
Yeah. Okay. The couching sheet. I'm gonna move this. What?
Look at mine.
Oh, that's pretty.
Looks just like yours, except bigger.
Yep.
Even the specks seem bigger.
That's because you've got some of that other stuff in there that I didn't have in mine.
That was cool. Looks
Yeah.
kind of like sesame seed frosting. Is that weird?
It's not something I would have thought of, but I don't know that it's weird. Okay. This is what it looks like. I think we have yet to learn the less is more thing.
No, our paper is still parchment. Or is parchment thinner? I don't know, because parchment used to be animal hide.
Yeah.
And now it's hefty. Sturdy.
Okay.
Do you want the wool between it?
No, it's okay.
Just thought since your paper's getting wet, the wool might soak up something.
Well, it might, but I don't know if it will or not.
I'm gonna try and get one more out of this. I
Alrighty.
figure I can. Even with my super thick poppy seed paper.
Yeah. Black. Lovely. Water's all pink.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm trying to decide if I want to add a little more pulp to this so it won't be quite so dense with that stuff, and then I can put something else in with it. What do you think?
I think you should try putting some sari silk. Or do you want to do that on a clear background?
Well, I'd like to do that on a clean one.
Okay. Then.
So you want me to just pour this in yours?
Sure, why not?
Okay. You're going to have to stir it around. Let me get a paper towel and clean this out. It's got tea everywhere.
This is probably the hardest thing this whole blender has ever been called upon to do.
Yeah. Well, when we first started, I thought it was going to fail us, but it kicked in and decided to do its job. When you get to a place where you can get me some more papers. Ooh, I'm going to have to quit after this one just for my back. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh dear, it was under there. Okay,
Okay, here. Just
then flip it over.
yeah, I'll help you. Ready? Which way are we going? This way?
Sure, why not?
Okay. Uh-oh.
That clears off the grate.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Well,
What?
I accidentally pulled up the screen too soon. Made a funny foldy edge.
Well, it'll be obviously handmade paper. Its quirkiness will make it special. Okay, let me find the sorry silk. Here it is. Let's do some purple. Stick it in my fingers. Let's add some. There we go. I'll add some of this kind of greenish to it. Hands are wet.
Can't help you there.
No. Okay. We're going to call that enough. Do you want to do another one and add some?
Only got one more calcium sheet. I need to cover this.
Okay. The silk's clinging to the side of the box.
I think it would be easy. Go right. You obviously have
How
feeling
silly of
wrong.
me. Just set it right here till you move those, and then I'll set it down there.
Oh wait, I'm reducing. Sorry.
It's all right. There you go.
Okay.
Now for your ironing pleasure. Okay. Alrighty. Okay. Let's take the screen off. And this is what it looks like. That'd be fun. Alrighty. And we'll put another catching cloth on it. This is the front side. And let me get that back on there better. This is the back side, so it's pretty too. Alrighty. 3 more pieces of paper ready to go iron. Okay, when we get these dried up enough, we can show them to you. We will be back. Okay, I'm back with the papers we made. There are 2 sheets of Hannah's paper that haven't dried enough that I can show you yet. But these are the 5 that I made, and these are 4 of the ones that Hannah made. Hers with the is got the T in it, like this one, looks pretty much like this. So we weren't worried about showing you that one, but those are not dry yet. Anyway, I thought I would show you our results. I'm going to do hers first. This is the one, and this is the cotton, and it feels like a cocoon. It's very soft and feathery in there. And then I think we actually did this one next with the blue flowers. That one turned out real pretty. And then she did this one. And a lot of this is going to probably fall off. It didn't embed itself in the paper very well. You can tell there's just nothing on the back. And then this was one she just pulled from leftover fiber after that one. And then she did one like this with a T. And the other ones that I did were this one with those Asian botanicals that I just blended up in the blender. That turned out real pretty. And this one was some little blue fibers. This is the one I did when I thought I was recording and I wasn't. That's the first one that I did. And here's mine with those same blue flower petals that Hannah did. And then here's the one I did with the sari silk. And the silk it's up on top. It's partially embedded in the paper, but a lot of it you could still grab it. Let's see if I don't know how to show you that. So you can still grab it some. It feels real silky. You can feel it. Anyway, those are the papers that we made. We made each made 5 different types of paper. Hannah got 6 sheets and I got 5 sheets out of this little project. And I got a terrible backache. Making paper is not wasn't good for me. Part of it, I think, was the setup that we had was just not ideal. And part of it was just a lot of lifting and bending and pouring and pushing and stuff that's not good for my back. So if somebody tries to sell you a journal that's made out of handmade paper they made themselves and they want $100 for it, now I know why. Oh, because this is a lot of work. It's fun, and I'm glad we did it, and we'll probably do it some more. But it definitely is. It's not a quick little project to whip out some pages for a journal. I am going to make a little journal out of this one, and it's not going to have very many pages in it. But these are very thick. My papers turned out to be like, I don't know, 300-pound watercolor paper or something. I mean, they're really heavy. This one, not quite as much, but this one here is like mat board. It's really thick. So it takes a while. I think there's a learning curve on how much fiber to put in. Oh, you brought your other one? Good. I was just about to go off. Here's one of Hannah's tea papers. It's almost dry. Enough she could carry it out here anyway. Thanks, Hannah. You can take those now. Okay. Well, that's our paper journey for today. Thanks for watching. If you like this kind of thing and you want us to do more of it, then give us a like and make a comment below and let us know what's good. Thank you. Bless you. Bye-bye.